GCF. All right, so we need to find the GCF. If you look at all these numbers, and we're going to try to not write it out this time. All right, all these numbers, 4, 24, and 32, they're all divisible by 4. So our GCF is going to be 4. But you also realize that there is an x in every single term. So we're going to take the x with the lowest exponent, which is x to the first, and make that our GCF. All right, then we need to find what remains when the GCF is factored out. So I'm going to write our trinomial down here. 4x cubed minus 24x squared plus 32x. We're going to divide out the GCF. And when we divide out the GCF, we have to divide out everything, every term, by 4x. What we have to remember here is our exponent properties, our exponent rules. When we are dividing, we subtract the exponents. All right, so when we divide, we subtract the exponents. The 4's cancel out. And then we subtract the exponents. 3 minus 1, that's x squared. Negative 4 divided by 4, that's going to give us a negative 6. And then remember that we have to subtract the exponents. Also realize that when you don't have an exponent written, that exponent is 1. So we're going to subtract those exponents, get negative 6 x to the first. Plus 32 divided by 4, that's 8. So we divided the numbers. And then x over x, those two cancel out. So what remains when the GCF is factored out is x squared minus 6x plus 8. Then we have to factor this further. So we have the factors of 8, which is 2 times 4, 1 times 8. Again, don't forget the negatives, negative 2 times negative 4, and negative 1 times negative 8. Then find the sum. So the sum, 2 plus 4 is 6, 1 plus 8 is 9. Negative 2 plus a negative 4, that's negative 6. And that's what we needed to find. So the factors that we have are negative 2, negative 4. So again, we're going to write our GCF out front, which is 4x. Our factors are negative 2, negative 4. And then remember, x squared divides into x times x. So our final answer there is 4x times x minus 2 times x minus 4. One last example for today. All right, if you look at all of these, all of our numbers, you have 2, 4, and 30. They're all even. They're all divisible by 2 as well. So our GCF is 2. And then they also all have an x in them. So we're going to take the lowest, the x with the lowest exponent, x squared. So what remains when the GCF is factored out? We're going to take 2x to the fourth plus 4x cubed minus 30 x squared. And we're going to divide out our 2x squared. Our greatest common factor. So dividing here, the 2's will cancel, and then we subtract the exponents. So 4 minus 2 is x squared. Take the 4 divided by 2, That is going to give us positive 2. Take the exponents and subtract them. We get x to the first. Then negative 30 divided by 2, that's negative 15. And the x squares will end up canceling each other out. So we have x squared plus 2x minus 15. And again, we're going to factor what remains with the t-chart. So we're looking for factors of the very last term here of negative 15. So you want two numbers that multiply to negative 15. Well, I know 3 times 5 gives us 15. So to get a negative 15, one of them has to be negative. Negative 3 times positive 5. But we also can switch that negative so that the 5 is negative. So 3 times negative 5. 1 times 15 also gives me 15. Right? But to make it negative, you can make 1 negative. Or you could make 15 negative. Both of those equal a negative 15. All right, and then we need this middle term. We need to be able to add these factors to get the middle term. Well, negative 3 plus 5 equals 2. And that's what we were looking for. So we are actually finished with our t-chart. Negative 3 and 5 give us the number that we were looking for. So our GCF is 2x squared. That goes out front. And then our factors are x minus 3 times x plus 5. You also have to be prepared that when you normally factor, you won't have these fill in the blank options. You'll just have factor. And you'll have to know that to factor out the GCF, that comes out front. And then we have a factor times another factor. And that is going to be all we do for today.